Yo, what is going on, guys? It's One Solo here with A Squad Gaming, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in today for some more State of Decay 2. So in today's video, we're actually going to be going over all of the special, unique skills that you can actually get when you roll your characters at the start of a game. There's roughly like 26, 27, somewhere in that number. And these are just the current special unique skills that you can get. One of my subscribers actually wrote these down on a piece of paper. I'll probably pop an image up on screen real quick of that, kind of detailing these. So I kind of went through and I found images of these by re-rolling my characters and stuff, so we could kind of go over this in this video, so you guys would know that there are some really cool skills that you can actually get rolled onto your characters that will really influence how you go about your game in a great way. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into these guys. These are in no particular order. So the first one being comedy. So comedy, it says the art of making people laugh, and it increases standing gains and morale. And you can see there that you get a plus 100% standing rewards and plus 6 morale. So this is going to be big for your base, just because, you know, right there, that plus 6 morale, you know, that's going to be huge for your base, of whether or not your base is going to be tipping, you know, towards the stable or even the low morale. And if you get low morale, obviously you're going to be in trouble with the people in your base. Next we have business. So it says how to make a profit doing practically anything, increases influence gains. So it says knowledge of influence, gain 10% influence gained across the board, and then you also get plus 35 influence per day. So that's huge, just by playing the game, not counting going out in the open world, looting everything, doing your normal stuff. You're automatically going to get 10% more influence, as well as you're going to gain 35 influence right off the top every single day. So next we have animal facts, which this one, as you guys can see here, has no useful effect, and it says how many toes an elephant has and other vital information, and you get no bonus. So I'm not sure why that one's in there, but that was really the only one where you didn't get a bonus. So yeah, not sure why that one's in there. But moving on, next we have acting. And acting, it says pretending to be other people for fun and profit, increases standing and influence gains. So you have 100% increased standing rewards, as well as 10% influence gain. Some of these, like I said, if you tie these together, like for instance, if you have somebody in there that has business and you have somebody in there that has acting, you will have obviously 20% influence gained, and you're going to have, you know, 35 influence per day, that sort of thing. So you could really kind of stack some of these characters and really get a lot of influence being generated every single day. Next we have tattoos, and it says body artistry, increased influence, and medical knowledge. Medical knowledge, I mean, yeah, you're dealing with a needle, but like, I don't know if that qualifies as anything medical. But you get 10% influence gain, knowledge of medicine, and knowledge of the arts. So this person is going to kind of know some of the stuff at the infirmary, so you're going to be able to use that person over at the infirmary and stuff. So next we have sewing, and it says turning cloth and thread into useful things. Custom clothing increases health and stack size. So you get increased 20 max health, 2 maximum consumable stack, and knowledge of craftsmanship, which craftsmanship is probably one of the good ones to actually know while you're playing State of Decay 2. It allows you to build some cool stuff and whatnot. But it gives you the ability to carry 2 more consumables, which, you know, when you're going out there and you're fighting a lot and stuff, that is huge. You can actually carry a couple more things, you know, health, energy drinks, stuff like that for your stamina and whatnot. So the next ones, we have 4 of them here that are all different trivias, and they all have different individual buffs and stuff. So the first one being TV trivia, and it says actors, awards, and episode numbers increase morale and experience gains. So you gain 6 morale, you get 50% experience rate, and then also you get pop culture knowledge, which pop culture knowledge, I'm not sure exactly what that would do, but the 50% increased experience rate when you're out there in the open world, you're going to be able to level up your characters to hero quite quickly. And then next we have sports trivia here, and it says stats, jersey numbers, and classic plays increases stamina and experience gains. So you have increased 100% cardio experience rate, as well as 100% increased fighting experience rate, plus 20 on your max stamina, and then also knowledge of sports. So this one, obviously when you're out there, you're running around, you're fighting, and you're doing a lot of that stuff, you're going to rank up your cardio and your fighting skills very, very fast, being that both of those have 100% increased experience rate while you're out there, and then also that plus 20 stamina right on top of that means you're not really going to run out of stamina very often. It's going to be awesome to be able to go out and get in fights with zombies, run around a lot, and not have to really worry about your stamina as much. Next we have a movie trivia, and it says box office grosses, Oscar winnings, and obscure directors increases morale and experience gains. So you have plus 6 on your morale, plus 50% experience rate, and then pop culture knowledge. Like I said, I'm not sure what the knowledge of like this stuff really pertains to, if that's just one of those extra little traits and stuff that maybe will be instituted You know, maybe it's just there to be there. I don't know. If you guys know, let me know down in the comments. So next we have Geek Trivia. Screwits and your Jeffrey tubes and uses of number 47 increases morale and experience gains. So you get +6 morale, +50% experience rate, and pop culture knowledge. Pretty much the exact same as the movie trivia. So not too much different there. Next we have self-promotion. The underappreciated art of getting people to look at you. Increased standing gains, so you get 100% increased standing rewards and knowledge of influence. So that might, I'm not sure exactly what that would do. Maybe you get some sort of buff or something with the knowledge of influence if you do certain things or whatnot, but that'd be a pretty cool one. So next we have political science. And it says the workings of power within government increase standing and influence. So you get 100% increased standing rewards, and then you get +25 influence per day. So there's one of those ones that if you stack a couple of those, you could easily be generating close to 100 influence per day, plus an increased influence rate depending on what character you have. Next we have Poker Face. So I want to hold them like they do in Texas Plays. Increases influence and stamina, so you get increased 20 on your max stamina, which, like I said, anytime you can increase your max stamina, that's going to help you because it's going to allow you to fight and run and jump and do all sorts of things a lot more and not have to worry about slowing down or stopping or popping consumables to get your stamina back. Next we have Pinball. And it says live catches, death saves, and outlane shakes, increases understanding of shooting and mechanics, and it's basically 100% shooting experience rate. Like I said, once you obviously peak out your experience all the way up and specialize your skill, at that point it really doesn't need to be, it doesn't need to be utilized, but it'll get you there a lot quicker with this skill. Next we have people skills, and it says the most essential of the soft skills increases standing and influence gain. So you get 100% increased standing rewards, knowledge of influence, and 10% influence gain every single day. So that's another one of those, like I said, if you wanted to stack those, you could really be generating a lot of influence depending on what skills you had. Next we have painting, and it says conveying meaning and evoking emotion through color and form. Increases morale and influence, +6 morale, +25 influence per day, and knowledge of the arts. Obviously painting could be a good way to wind down, and then obviously maybe some of the other people in your community are going to appreciate your painting and stuff. Maybe you can even get some zombie blood to paint with, just as long as you don't do it with the blood plague zombies, so you don't contract the blood plague while you're trying to paint. That would be bad. So next we have music, and it says raising spirits with rhythm and melody. This is probably one of the big ones that I think if I was in a post-apocalyptic environment, that music would definitely be a big thing to kind of bring me back to the old days. And increases morale, standing, and influence, so you gain 6 morale, you get 100% increased standing rewards, and also +25 influence per day and knowledge of the arts. Like I said, there's so many of these. If you stack them, you could really be generating a lot of influence and stuff per day. Next we have making coffee, and it says giving people a good start to each day, make coffee more effectively in the kitchen. So obviously there's an espresso mod that you can actually find out in the open world for your kitchen that will allow you to make espresso and stuff. I think this maybe will help increase the time that it takes to do that. Obviously you'll be able to do it faster, you'll be able to do it more efficiently, maybe you'll get more consumables to drink or whatever with this skill. Next we have literature, and it says still important, our children should know how their ancestors viewed the world. Increase morale and experience gains, so you get +6 morale, plus 100% experience rate, and knowledge of the arts. So like I said, this is just some of those things there that obviously you don't want to leave the literature behind once you get into this, because eventually, you're going to want to get out of this post-apocalyptic thing. Obviously, eventually, if you survive long enough, you're going to survive the whole epidemic, and you're not going to want to have total loss of literature and stuff like that. So next we have lichenology, and it's the study of lichens, provide additional meds, so you have knowledge of gardening, knowledge of herbalism, and then +2 meds per day. So this is a big one. This is going to allow you to farm and do that kind of stuff there more efficiently, as well as you're going to gain 2 meds per day, which honestly for me personally, my supplies, the meds is probably the one that I have the toughest time with, because all the other ones I have a decent amount, but the meds always seem to be the ones that get low quickly, at least for me currently. So that one would be a good one to have at my base. Next we have law. So what people used to do about crime and conflict increases influence gain, so you have knowledge of influence, +10% influence gained. Like I said, another one of those that you could probably stack. Next we have Ikebana, brightening a space with a careful arrangement of nature. Increase morale and influence, so you gain 6 morale, knowledge of the arts, and you get 10 influence per day. Next we have hairdressing. So styling hair with a mix of cuttery and chemistry. So chemistry, I wouldn't really think to partake to hairdressing, but hey, it is what it is. And it increases influence and chemistry knowledge, so you gain 10% influence gained and knowledge of chemistry. So that is going to be a good thing. I guess in the long run, you're going to know a lot of the stuff with the chemistry. You're going to be able to craft explosives and stuff and consumables and whatnot that tie to the chemistry skill. Next, we have fishing, which it just turns bodies of water into food through engineering and trickery. And it basically gives you +2 food per day, which, like I said, for me personally, food was not an issue at my base for the resources and stuff. Most of the time it's been the meds, so I really wouldn't see me using that one, but you know, depending on how you stack your outposts and your different facilities and stuff in your base, that might be one that you want. Next, we have excuses, getting out of things in style. This is a good one because I think that in a post-apocalyptic environment, this is going to be one that would be used quite often. And you only gain 10 morale, but I think that one was a good one to have in there. Next, we have driving. Life is a highway. I want to ride it all night long. Nice. Undead Labs. Nice. Increases efficiency, safety, and stealth while driving. So you get 100% increased fuel efficiency, which that is incredible. So you're going to be able to drive basically twice as far as normal, which is huge because, some of the bigger vehicles and stuff, you burn through gas quite quickly. And those are the ones you're going to want to be able to stock with loot, with like the 8 slots. So you have like, your cargo van, and then your little car, your little Subaru car looking thing that's got the luggage carrier on top, stuff like that. That's going to be huge. You're going to be able to drive those twice as far. And then it says 50% increased vehicle impact reduction and 50% increased vehicle loudness reduction. So it's going to be half as loud, so you're not going to attract as many zombies while you're driving around. And then also it's going to be a lot tougher when you're impacting stuff, so maybe that'll be better to do that if you have one of those vehicles and you have that skill. You'll be able to take out juggernauts a little bit easier maybe with your vehicles because you're going to have 50% increased impact reduction, so it's going to make it so it can take a hit a lot more. And then next we have design, so it's figuring out how to make things for humans to use. Increased facility action speed, so all of your stuff in your facilities and stuff is going to be a little bit quicker, which is going to be a good thing. It's going to cut down on the noise that you're making for longer periods of time, so you're obviously going to attract less zombies. You have knowledge of the arts, knowledge of craftsmanship, and 50% global action speed. So like I said, that's going to help all of your facilities and stuff in your base while you're doing things increase the time, or I should say decrease the time it takes to do those things. And last but not least, actually, I doubled up on comedy. Did I already do comedy? Yes, I already did comedy. So that is pretty much all for the skills, guys. Like I said, at the start of the video there, I popped up an image on screen that kind of showed the guy that, one of my subscribers, big shout out to him for writing all these down. And then, like I said, I went through and re-rolled my characters a shitload of times to find all of these little images. And I wanted to maybe put like the actual character up on screen, but I thought pretty much the entire part of the video was mainly focusing on the individual skills and stuff, so I kind of wanted to have some gameplay going in the background so it wouldn't be too boring for you guys, so it wouldn't just be a whole video full of screenshots and stuff. But overall, guys, that is pretty much all for the video. Those are all the special unique skills in State of Decay 2 that you can get on your characters. I am assuming with each DLC moving forward that State of Decay Undead Labs is going to be adding more of these, because these things you can get some pretty cool buffs, and I would like to see them add more and kind of mix it up a little bit and give us some more stuff like this, because these are really, really cool skills. But only time will tell. We'll have to see if they do that. I'm assuming they will, but only time will tell. But like I said, guys, that's all for the video. If you guys enjoyed, you guys found it helpful, you guys are excited about all these really cool, unique skills that you can roll on your characters in State of Decay 2, make sure to slap that like button. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all things State of Decay 2. I'm going to be trying to put out a video every single day, giving you guys all the information you need about the ins and outs of State of Decay 2, tips and tricks and all that good stuff. So if you guys want all that stuff, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you guys do not miss any of my uploads. But that is all for now, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.